Listen, we are starting off our show today with a guest who has been the focus of tabloid headlines for the past 10 months. I cannot imagine waking up every single day and seeing my name in a headline with people speculating about my life. Well, millions of people first came to know Julia Haart, the woman who was a part of those headlines just last year during season 1 of the hit Netflix series. It's called My Unorthodox Life, which followed the story of a mother of 4 who fled her ultra-Orthodox Jewish community and rebuilt a life for herself and her family in Manhattan. As a multi-millionaire fashion mogul and CEO of one of the largest modeling agencies in the world, we introduced Julia to the Tam fam. It was last season. She talked about how she'd found love again with her second husband, entrepreneur Silvio Scaglia. Well, it seemed like Julia's journey had this fairy tale ending, but it all came crashing down last February when Julia's husband fired her from her position as CEO, alleging that she used millions of dollars of the company's money for personal use. And within hours, Julia filed for divorce, asking for a restraining order, claiming that her husband had become, quote, increasingly violent, abusive, and unhinged. Allegations that he denies. A judge dismissed the case. The contentious split and more is all captured on camera of season 2 of My Unorthodox Life. It's streaming now. Here's a peek.
Silvio fired me. It's in the press already. He shut off my email access. He took me off the credit cards. He has lost his freaking mind. Oh, Julia, copacetic, happy divorce.
Wow. Now Julia's back in a daytime exclusive. She's revealing how her family is getting through it and how her oldest daughter, Batsheva, is helping her as they both navigate the aftermath of divorce. Welcome back to the Tam fam, Julia Haart and her daughter, Batsheva. Welcome. Come on out. Come on out. How are you, dear? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Good to see you. Have a seat. Have a seat. Listen, I know it was important, Julia, for you to have your daughter here. You both are going through these big changes in your life, but the show is about, family and sticking by family. The last time we were here, same stage.
I know.
You were very optimistic about this relationship.
Yeah.
And you told me you found the right person. You're in a good place after all of these years.
Yep.
When did you learn? Did you really learn in the tabloids that this divorce was coming? How did you learn the news?
Oh, no, the divorce we had planned, starting the beginning of 2021, I asked for a divorce.
So you asked him. So you asked him for the divorce.
Yeah.
See, this is how much I don't read the tabloids because I'm so confused.
No, I asked for a divorce.
So you asked for him for the divorce.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, as he says on the show, I'm ruled by my children, right? I'm very close to my family, and he didn't want to have them around. And
how soon into the relationship?
I have 4 children who are the loves of my life.
We talked about motherhood together.
Exactly. I will always be a mother first. And
I mean, like my mother used to say, this is the package deal. The kids come with me. This is the package deal. When did he first start to reveal that he had an issue with the kids?
So it's funny because in the beginning, before the marriage, it was lovely. We went on trips together. He was so nice to them. And I thought we were gonna build this amazing blended family. That was the dream. I had all these images of us cooking in the kitchen and hanging out and having adventures. And he didn't want them around. He kept on saying, but I didn't marry your children, I married you. But I'm like, mom with 4 children, you marry all of us. That's how it works.
Were you aware that... Batsheva, were you aware of...
Yeah, I mean, we had to call before visiting. Couldn't just walk into your mom's house, which was something I obviously always grew up with. So it was definitely, and having my mom in between it was also hard because I knew that it wasn't coming from her, but it was still obviously not a good feeling, so.
So you asked for the divorce, and then...
I tried everything. I really wanted it to work. I thought if he gets to know them, they're such good kids. He'll love them. They're not partiers, they're hard workers, they're very kind and amazing human beings.
Well, listen, I don't know the back and forth, but I can tell you no one should try to or have to convince anyone that their kids are okay. So there's that part. But I know that the news broke that he was firing you.
Yes.
And you filed for divorce that same day. That's when it became official.
Right.
Then he fired you. And the next day, this legal complaint accusing you of withdrawing $850,000 of company funds.
Well, no, that actually his accusation was that I withdrew $850,000 from a shared bank account that was owned by Freedom Holding, nothing to do with EWG. So it just, you know what happens with fake allegations, the story changes a whole bunch of times as it goes through.
Well, you're now suing him for allegedly defrauding you out of millions of dollars and defamation. So millions of dollars, how much are you saying here?
Well, let's think about this, right? I have literally just so many documents, and we're not talking about like casual emails. I'm talking PPP loan applications, tax returns, bank loans, bank information. I've got immigration papers, investor papers, mortgage loan that all say 50-50. Document after document after document. So either he's telling the truth now, and then all those documents he sent to all those government agencies were lies, or he was telling the truth then, and him saying I don't have 50% is a lie here. That's the fraud lawsuit. And if you think about it, I built a billion-dollar business. I'm very proud of what I accomplished.
That's what you were on the show talking about, building a billion-dollar business.
That's right. I took a $70 million valuated company, a modeling agency, transformed it into a media conglomerate, brought in avatars and metaverse before anybody was talking about it, created this incredible digital thing. We took something that was valued before I took over at $70 million.
Wow.
And in 2 years, through COVID, without a dollar of investment, we brought it to a $1 billion valuation.
I should point out, a spokesperson for Silvio Scaglia responded to this lawsuit saying, we are not going to respond to multiple falsehoods and baseless personal smears in Ms. Haart's Delaware lawsuit, except to put faith in the court to determine the facts and the law. Separate from the lawsuits, I guess for me, having met you after fleeing the other relationship, that other world where you chronicled what you were subjected to. And I say the word fleeing, that is what it really was for you.
It was.
To then believe that you had this fairy tale ending. Did you debate playing it out on this show?
You know, I thought when I left my community that I had left behind the world where a woman's voice is believed less than a man's. I thought I had left the world when one man can destroy everything a woman does with clothing, handbags, all of my accomplishments, everything that I built in EWG. One man makes a baseless, ridiculous, impossible to prove allegation because it just never happened. And then everything a woman does gets thrown away.
So where are you now financially?
So we are, I have no access to company funds.
So you have no money?
I have no access to company funds. Of course, I do other jobs because I love to work, and I'm not letting any man stop me from doing my mission of helping women become financially independent. So thank you, guys.
What is it like seeing your mom? I know that in season 2, we learned that you were also going through a divorce. You were married nine years. It's an amicable breakup, as I understand. But your mom is the rock of this family. You're going through your own ending of a marriage. They say, marriage ending is like a death in the family, even if it's amicable. What has it been like for you to try to balance your emotions and be there for her?
I think, I went through my divorce a couple of months before. So I'm thankful that I had that time to, go to my mom and live in her, be with her and have her really support me. And then when she was going through her divorce and it was a completely different experience, that was very hard for me because I think I was personally more triggered than maybe my siblings from it because I was still going through it. So I wasn't as available to be as supportive as I was.
Were you ever like, Mom, I don't think we should do this show this season. Maybe we all need a break, or because I always wonder, people, your fans want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
You don't want to seem like you're running away from what's happening, but then it's back out there.
I think it's really amazing and commendable that my mom let it continue because I don't know that I would have been strong enough to do that. And she wanted to share her struggle and what she was going through to inspire people who are experiencing similar things that they can get through anything. And my mom is a badass, strong person, and it's really amazing.